Sharpening your ears. Achieving fluency in English extends beyond grammar rules and vocabulary lists. It crucially involves mastering listening comprehension. Often, students can read English effectively but struggle to understand spoken language at a natural pace. This discrepancy isn't unusual. It stems from the fact that spoken English is often less structured than written text, featuring contractions, reduced forms, and rapid transitions between ideas. However, with dedicated practice and strategic approaches, significant improvement is absolutely attainable. One of the most effective methods is consistent exposure. Immerse yourself in authentic English content, podcasts, news broadcasts like BBC or NPR, documentaries, even YouTube channels covering topics you genuinely enjoy. Don't aim for 100% understanding initially. Focus on grasping the general idea and identifying keywords. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Varying your sources is also vital. Different accents, British, American, Australian, and speaking styles will broaden your ability to decipher diverse pronunciations and colloquialisms. Beyond simply listening, active listening techniques are paramount. Try shadowing, repeating what you hear immediately after the speaker. This forces you to pay close attention to pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Another beneficial exercise is note-taking while listening. Don't attempt a verbatim transcript. Instead, jot down main points, supporting details, and unfamiliar vocabulary. Afterwards, review your notes and compare them to a transcript, if available, or summarize the content in your own words. This process reinforces retention and identifies areas for improvement. Furthermore, don't underestimate the power of contextual clues. Speakers rarely present information in isolation. They build upon previous statements, use gestures, and rely on shared cultural knowledge. Pay attention to these nonverbal cues and consider the overall situation. If you encounter an unfamiliar word, try to infer its meaning from the surrounding sentences. This skill is particularly useful during exams where transcripts aren't provided. Developing this ability allows you to piece together understanding even when specific vocabulary escapes you. A common pitfall is focusing too intently on individual words. While expanding your lexicon is important, obsessing over every unknown term can lead to missed information and a fragmented comprehension of the overall message. Instead, train yourself to listen for stressed syllables and key phrases. These often carry the most crucial meaning. Furthermore, understanding common idioms and phrasal verbs will significantly enhance your ability to follow natural conversations. Resources like online dictionaries specifically dedicated to these expressions can be incredibly helpful. Finally, remember that improvement takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged by initial difficulties. Regular practice, combined with a willingness to experiment with different techniques and resources, is the key. Seek opportunities to engage in real-life conversations with native English speakers, language exchange partners, or even simply chatting with friends who are proficient. The more you actively use your listening skills, the more confident and capable you will become. Questions. 1. According to the passage, why do students often find listening comprehension more challenging than reading comprehension? A. Reading requires memorization of grammar rules. B. Spoken English is typically more structured and formal. C. Spoken English features irregularities like contractions and rapid speech. D. Students lack sufficient vocabulary for understanding spoken language. 2. What does the author mean by immerse yourself in authentic English content? A. Focus solely on textbooks designed for English learners. B. Surround yourself with real-world English materials you find interesting. C. Translate everything you hear into your native language. D. Practice listening only to formal news broadcasts. 3. What is the purpose of shadowing as a listening technique? A. To identify and memorize new vocabulary words. B. To practice speaking English fluently. C. To improve pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm by immediate repetition. D. To summarize the main points of a conversation. 4. The passage suggests that when taking notes while listening, students should not attempt to A. Jot down supporting details. B. Identify keywords. C. Create a verbatim transcript of everything said. D. Summarize the content afterwards. 5. What are stress syllables and why are they important for listening comprehension? A. Syllables spoken very quietly. They provide subtle clues about meaning. B. Syllables that carry the most crucial information in a sentence. C. Syllables used to indicate emotion in speech. D. Syllables that help differentiate between accents. 6. What does the author advise against when listening? A. Varying your sources of English content. B. Focusing too intently on individual unknown words. C. Using contextual clues to infer meaning. D. Practicing active listening techniques. 7. The passage uses the analogy of building a muscle to illustrate which concept? A. The importance of grammar rules in understanding English. B. The need for consistent practice to improve listening skills. C. The difficulty of learning new vocabulary words. D. The benefits of engaging in real-life conversations. 8. What is the overall message of the passage? A. Listening comprehension is an innate ability that cannot be improved. B. Achieving fluency requires focusing solely on formal English materials. C. With dedication and strategic practice, students can significantly enhance their English listening skills. D. The best way to improve listening comprehension is through translation exercises.